Usage it plus and still treating your body like a teenager. Sips, push, jump, lift, thinking you sit or defying age. But every reckless rep could be stealing precious years from your life. Pause. Today is I'm going to reveal the 5 exercises most seniors keep doing and why you must stop them right now. Pause. If you have ever felt a twinge after a workout, type I felt it in the comments. You said not alone. Pause. Hi, Satshub. Dr. Anna Martinez, a geriatric physiotherapist with 20 years of research on aging bodies. Pause. Aging doesn't mean you stop moving, but the type of movement matters. The wrong moves accelerate chronic inflammation, strain cartilage, and increase cardiovascular load. Pause. In the next minutes, you will learn which 5 moves are actually counterproductive, the science behind the damage, and safe evidence-based alternatives you can start today. Pause. Remember, every second you keep doing the wrong move is a second you stealing from your future self. Pause. If you value a longer, healthier life, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm bring this vital information to more seniors like you. Now let's dive into the first hidden killer. Exercise 1, deep full body squats below parallel. Many seniors still aim for a deep squat, dropping the hips below the knee line. It looks impressive, but pause. When the knee bends past 90 degrees, the patellofemoral joint experiences excessive compressive force. Imagine a door hinge being forced shut. Over time, this leads to cartilage wear, chronic knee pain, and reduced mobility. Studies show a 30% higher odds of osteoarthritis in seniors who squat deep weekly. But why does it feel good at first? The stretch activates large muscle groups, giving a surge of endorphins, yet the joint damage is silent, building up day by day. Pause. A safer alternative is the box squat. Place a sturdy box or chair behind you. Sit back until your thighs are parallel to the floor, then stand. This limits knee flexion, protects the cartilage, and still engages the glutes and quads. Pause. Try it for 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions, focusing on controlled movement and a neutral spine. Pause. What do you think about swapping deep squats for box squats? Let me know in the comments. Pause. Now that we've seen why this move is dangerous, let's look at the next one that is even riskier. Exercise 2, high impact burpees. Burpees combine a squat, a plank, and a jump in one fluid motion. They've been marketed as the ultimate full body blast, but pause. The explosive jump creates a sudden spike in cardiovascular load, especially for a heart that has been aging gracefully. In a senior heart, that surge can trigger arrhythmias or place undue stress on the aortic valve. Research indicates that seniors who perform high-impact jumps more than twice a week have a higher incidence of myocardial strain. Pause. Why does the body love the adrenaline rush? The rapid rise in heart rate releases catecholamines, giving a fleeting sense of vigor. Yet the long-term cost includes chronic inflammation of the vascular wall and accelerated arterial stiffening. Pause. Replace burpees with step-back lunges combined with a slow march in place. Step 1 foot back into a lunge, lower gently, then return to standing and march for 30 seconds. This keeps the heart rate elevated in a controlled manner without the jarring impact. Pause. Do you currently include burpees in your routine? Share your experience below. Pause. If this insight is opening your eyes, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next revelations. Pause. Exercise 3, heavy kettlebell swings. The kettlebell swing promises power and calorie burn, but swing it heavy and you are inviting joint stress and spinal compression. Pause to pause. When you hinge at the hips with a heavy load, the lumbar discs experience axial compression. For a spine that has lost some disc height over the years, this can lead to herniation or chronic lower back pain. A recent clinical trial found that seniors using kettlebell swings above 30 pounds reported a 50% increase in lower back discomfort after 6 weeks. Why does it feel so empowering? The momentum creates a sense of control over a massive weight, engaging the posterior chain. Yet the risk to the lower back outweighs the benefit for most older adults. Pause. A safer choice is the seated hip bridge with a light resistance band. Lie on your back with knees bent, place a band around your thighs, and lift your hips toward the ceiling. This activates the glutes and hamstrings without loading the spine. Pause. Try 3 sets of 15 bridges, focusing on a smooth rise and descent. Pause. What SIP's your favorite kettlebell move? Tell me in the comments. I would love to hear. Pause. We SIP uncovered 3 exercises that silently cut your lifespan short. Soon we'll explore 2 more hidden hazards and the final set of replacements that keep you strong, mobile, and heart healthy. If you're not finding this valuable, hit that subscribe button and let's just continue this journey together. Pause this. Stay tuned because the next exercise is the one most people think is harmless, yet it may be the biggest silent assassin of your golden years. Pause. Now let's examine the 4th exercise that most seniors assume is safe, yet it hides a silent threat to the heart and joints. I'm talking about the classic high-impact jogging in place or running on the treadmill at a fast pace. Pause. Identify the movement first. Picture yourself on a treadmill, feet striking the belt with every step, arms pumping, breath quickening. The intention is to boost cardiovascular fitness, and on the surface, it looks perfectly reasonable. Pause. Explain why the impact becomes dangerous once you pass the age of 60. Each footfall generates a shock wave that travels up through the ankles, knees, hips, and finally to the spine. In a younger body, cartilage and muscle act like shock absorbers, dissipating the force. In an older body, the cartilage has thinned, the tendons have lost elasticity, and the bones may already show early signs of osteoporosis. The repeated micro-trauma leads to chronic inflammation in the joints, a condition that researchers link to accelerated arterial plaque buildup. In other words, the very activity meant to protect your heart may be feeding the arteries that supply it. A recent longitudinal study found that seniors who jogged more than 15 minutes a day on hard surfaces experienced a 40% increase in joint complaints and a noticeable rise in systolic blood pressure over a 12-month period. Pause. Why does it feel so invigorating? The rhythmic pounding triggers the release of endorphins, giving a fleeting sense of euphoria. Yet the cumulative stress on the skeletal system outweighs the fleeting mood boost for most older adults. Pause. Replace this habit with a low-impact, heart-healthy alternative that still raises the pulse without the jarring impact. Consider the brisk walking circuit with interval arm raises. Start by walking at a comfortable pace around your living space or a quiet park for 2 minutes. Then for 30 seconds, lift both arms overhead while maintaining the same stride, feeling the chest expand fully. Return to normal walking for another minute and repeat the cycle for 10 minutes total. This method keeps the heart rate in the aerobic zone, improves circulation, and engages the upper body without subjecting the joints to repetitive pounding. Pause. Try 3 rounds of this circuit, focusing on a steady breath. Inhale as you step, exhale as you raise your arms. Notice how your heart beats a little faster, yet your knees remain comfortable. Pause. Do you currently rely on treadmill sessions to stay fit? Share your routine in the comments. I'd love to hear what works for you and what you might be willing to swap. Pause. Now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers of high-impact jogging, let's move to the final exercise on our list. The one most people consider a gentle activity, but can actually be the most insidious for seniors. Pause. Exercise 5 is the deep forward bend with straight legs, often performed as a seated or standing hamstring stretch. Many of us think that simply reaching for the toes is a harmless way to maintain flexibility. Pause. Identify the posture clearly. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, legs extended straight, heels pressing into the floor. Slowly hinge at the hips, reaching forward toward the toes, keeping the back as flat as possible. The goal is to feel a stretch along the back of the thighs. Pause. Explain the physiological risk. When the spine is forced into a rounded position while the hamstrings are pulled, the intervertebral discs at the lumbar region experience increased shear stress. For a spine that has already lost some disc height and water content with age, this shear can accelerate disc degeneration, leading to chronic lower back pain and reduced mobility. Moreover, the sudden stretch can trigger a spike in the sympathetic nervous system, causing a temporary rise in blood pressure, not ideal for anyone with a history of hypertension. Studies on older adults show that those who regularly perform deep forward bends without proper core engagement have a higher incidence of lumbar disc bulges and report more frequent episodes of sciatica. Pause. Why does it seem so beneficial? The sensation of a deep stretch creates a perception of increased flexibility, and the mind often equates lengthened muscles with improved health. Yet the hidden cost is the extra load placed on the spinal structures that are already vulnerable. Pause. Replace this risky stretch with a modified seated hamstring activation that safeguards the spine while still improving flexibility. Sit upright on a chair, feet flat on the floor, and place a small towel or yoga strap around one foot. Keep the back tall, engage the core, and gently pull the towel toward you, allowing a modest, comfortable lengthening of the hamstring without rounding the lower back. Hold for 10 seconds, then release. Perform 3 repetitions on each side, focusing on maintaining a neutral spine throughout. This approach activates the hamstrings safely, promotes blood flow, and preserves spinal alignment. Another excellent alternative is the standing calf raise with a slight knee bend. Stand behind a chair, holding the back for balance. Rise onto the balls of the feet, then slowly lower back down, keeping a slight bend in the knees to reduce strain on the Achilles tendon and the lower back. Do 12 to 15 repetitions, rest and repeat for 2 sets. This exercise improves lower leg strength, supports balance, and indirectly aids hamstring flexibility through improved overall lower body mobility. Pause. Give these substitutions a try today and notice how your back feels steadier, your breath steadier, and your joints more cooperative. Pause. We have now uncovered the 5 exercises that, despite good intentions, can silently cut years from your lifespan. Let's recap quickly so the information settles. First, the deep full body squat below parallel overloads the kneecap and accelerates cartilage wear. Second, the burpee, an explosive combination of a push up and a jump, creates excessive cardiovascular spikes and joint compression. Third, heavy kettlebell swings load the lumbar spine and jeopardize disc health. Fourth, high-impact jogging drives shock waves through fragile joints and may increase arterial plaque. Fifth, the deep forward bend with straight legs forces the lumbar discs into shear and spikes blood pressure. Pause. For each, we offered a safer, evidence-based alternative that preserves the intended benefit while protecting the structures that keep you moving. Pause. Now, I want you to consider one last overarching principle. Always listen to the signals your body sends. A twinge, a lingering ache, or a sudden breathlessness is not a badge of honor. It's a warning light. Adjust the movement, reduce the load, or replace the exercise before the warning becomes a permanent injury. Pause. If any of these revelations have shifted your perspective, let me hear from you. Type "I sit and changing" in the comments if you set you're ready to swap one of these risky moves for the safer version we demonstrated. Your commitment can inspire others in this community to protect their bodies too. Pause. Before we close, I have a quick practical challenge for you. Over the next 7 days, replace at least one of the harmful exercises you currently do with the suggested alternative. Track how you feel each day. Note any reduction in joint stiffness, improvements in breathing, or simply a greater sense of confidence during movement. At the end of the week, return to this video and share your results. Accountability fuels progress, and your story could be the catalyst for someone else's healthier habit. Pause. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. The simple act of liking helps the platform deliver this life, saving content to more seniors who might be unknowingly risking their health. Pause. And of course, if you haven't set already, consider subscribing to the channel. By joining our community, you will receive regular updates on evidence-based senior fitness, nutrition, and wellness strategies, all presented in a calm, trustworthy manner. No hype, just science and compassion. Pause. Remember, staying active after 60 is essential, but staying active smartly is the key to a longer, healthier life. Pause. Thank you for spending this time with me. I am Dr. Anna Martinez, and I look forward to guiding you through many more safe, effective, and enjoyable movements in the weeks ahead. Keep moving wisely and see you in the next video. Pause. Remember, the choices you make in the gym today echo through the years ahead. Each safe movement you adopt builds a stronger foundation for independence, while every risky habit you abandon reduces the load on aging joints and the heart. If this video sparked even a flicker of curiosity, let that become a habit. Share a brief note in the comments about the exercise you're most eager to swap. Your story may be the catalyst that nudges someone else toward a safer routine. Pause. I also encourage you to set a simple, achievable goal for the coming week. Choose one of the alternatives we demonstrated. Practice it 3 times and notice how your breath feels steadier, how your muscles respond with less strain. Record those observations and come back to this channel to report your progress. Pause. Your engagement fuels this community of seniors who refuse to let age dictate limitation. If the information resonated, a quick thumbs up helps the platform bring these life-preserving tips to more viewers who need them. Pause. And if you haven't yet joined our circle, consider subscribing now. By staying connected, you will receive regular evidence-based guidance on movement, nutrition, and well-being, all delivered with the same calm, science-backed compassion. Pause. Until our next session, keep moving wisely, listen to your body, and remember that a mindful approach to exercise is the most powerful prescription for a longer, healthier life. Thank you again for sharing this time with me. I am Dr. Anna Martinez, and I look forward to supporting your journey towards safe, joyful activity. Pause.